Hi, good day and welcome everyone. I'm Larry from Section 3M18 at Grace Mission College, major in Math. So in this video, I'll share some insights on identifying and supporting students with math learning difficulties, understanding math disorders like dyscalculia, and effective math teaching strategies, especially in remedial classes. Mathematical learning difficulties are more than just a temporary confusion or mistakes. It is referred to a persistent challenges in understanding and performing mathematical tasks. These difficulties can stem from various factors, including cognitive processing issues or memory deficits or specific learning disorders. It is crucial to recognize that these challenges are not due to a lack of effort, but are genuine obstacles that students face in their learning journey. What are some key indicators that the students may be experiencing mathematical learning difficulties? And how can teachers differentiate between a learning difficulty and a lack of foundational knowledge? One sign is consistent errors in basic calculations, like repeatedly getting multiplication facts wrong even after lots of practice. If a student keeps making mistakes with basic math tasks despite repeated teaching and practice, this may be a sign of deeper learning issue that needs a targeted support. And another sign is difficulty in following step-by-step math procedures, which can be seen when students get confused about what to do next in solving a problem. For example, 6 plus 2 times open parenthesis, 3 squared minus 1 close parenthesis. Let's use the PEMDAS rule to solve this expression. First, calculate inside the parenthesis. 3 squared is 9, and 9 minus 1 is 8. Next, multiply 2 by 8 to get 16. Finally, add 6 plus 16 to get 22. Another important indicator is when students have trouble remembering math facts, like multiplication tables. Even after repeated practice, they might not remember answers. This can slow them down and make it harder to learn new math concepts. Another important indicator is when students show anxiety or frustration during math activities or any math-related tasks. They may feel overwhelmed about math tasks or even say things like, I hate math or I can't do this. Recognizing these signs can help us provide emotional support along with academic help. And another sign to watch for is when a student works at a much slower pace than their classmates. Even if they are trying hard, they might take extra time to finish simple math problems or get stuck on the same step for a long time. This can signal a learning difficulty that needs targeted support. And to differentiate whether it's a true learning difficulty or just a gap in foundational knowledge, teachers can review previous lessons and see how the student responds. If a student can catch up quickly with a review, it's likely a gap in foundation. While if they are continue to struggle, even after practice and review, it might be a learning difficulty that needs a more targeted support. And how to overcome a mathematical disorder or these difficulties. To support these students, teacher can use visual aids like diagrams and number lines, break down steps and provide lots of examples. Use hands-on activities that offer positive feedback and encouragement to reduce math anxiety. So by watching for these indicators and using targeted support, we can help students overcome their difficulties and become more confident in math. Next, let's talk about math disorders, specifically dyscalculia. Dyscalculia is a specific learning disorder that affects a person's ability to understand and work with numbers. It is not about being lazy or not trying. It is a real neurological difference that makes math harder for some students. In educational settings, dyscalculia is diagnosed and assessed using a mix of first cognitive and educational assessments to check skills and processing, classroom observation to see how the student approaches math tasks, and interviews with teachers and parents to get more information about their struggles. But there are challenges in diagnosing it. Dyscalculia can look similar to general math struggles or other learning issues like ADHD, and it is also because symptoms can vary from person to person. It's not always easy to spot, and that's why careful and detailed assessments are important to identify dyscalculia accurately and provide the right kind of help. Understanding and accurately diagnosing dyscalculia is crucial for providing effective support to students. Finally, let's explore some evidence-based strategies that teachers use in the classroom, especially in remedial classes. We're going to talk about the mathematics instruction and teaching strategies. First, manipulatives. These are physical tools like blocks, fraction strips, or counters that make math concept concrete and easier to understand. Math games like bingo or card matching can make practice fun and boost engagement. Peer support, pairing or grouping students so they can discuss and help each other understand math problems. CRA model, or the concrete representational abstract. This strategy uses a 3-step process. And lastly, the repetition. This means giving students many opportunities to practice a concept in different ways. Teachers decide which strategy to use based on the students' needs. The classroom context. For example, in smaller remedial classes, teachers can use more manipulatives and games to make learning more interactive and fun. Thank you for listening, and let's continue making math learning engaging and effective.